Most people think their house isn't selling because of the price or because of a bad market, but I see cases every week where the problem is something far simpler and far easier to fix. So in this video, I'm going to show you what it is, how to see if it's a problem for you, and how you can fix it today. Now, this clip is taken from a full workshop I did on the 5 reasons that houses don't sell. We're just going to cover one of them here, but it's such a big one because if you get this wrong in your sale, buyers will be less likely to click into your listing from Rightmove. Even if they do, they'll be less likely to call and book a viewing. And even if they do, they'll be less likely to offer. It's literally this huge lose, lose, lose for your sale. And it can cause months in delays and mean you miss out on thousands of pounds as well on your sale price. So watch this clip from the full workshop about one of my biggest pet peeves, which is estate agent property photos. Now let's talk about bad photos. The listing is really important, in particular the photos. The photos in your listing are like the front cover of a book. Everyone does judge a book by its cover. That's why we have to have a saying about it. And the photos are your book cover. They're the first thing people see on Rightmove when they're scrolling through. We just looked at those one bed flats. They have 50 flats available, one beds within I think it was quarter of a mile or half a mile. When they scroll through 50, they're not going to spend 5 minutes picking apart every single one. They're just skimming through, looking for making a snapshot judgment. Do I like this one or do I not? The photos have got to draw them in. If you have bad photos, you will get fewer people clicking into your listing when they're scrolling. You will then get fewer of those people calling to arrange a viewing. And when they do view, they might already have a bad impression of it and it might be difficult to overcome at the viewing. It's like lose, lose, lose if you have bad photos. Like the bad photos are a disaster for your listing. And the thing that I hate about seeing these issues, photos are so important and so easy to get right. So when they're wrong, when they're bad, it just screams at kind of other issues. So let me just kind of how do we diagnose bad photos? There are 3 ways you can do it. So first of all, like, because photos are subjective, and so it's like, well, how can I actually tell if they are bad, or if I just kind of don't like them, or if they are like, okay, so first is, does it look nice to you? If you don't even like it and it's your house, others probably won't like it either. So that's kind of the first thing. Super simple. Second, check the photos of a few sold competitors, like we did on Rightmove a few minutes ago. Look at similar properties nearby. This is your competition. Does your house look appealing compared to those? And we're not talking about condition. You can have a property that is a wreck, but it can still be photographed well and look appealing, and you see the space and it looks kind of bright and like, oh, I see the potential, even if it's a wreck. So that's kind of the second way, is check your competition. The third, I'm going to give you a list of my pet peeves that you can kind of look out for. So here we go. Too much. I'm going to move my head down here. You know, I'm just going to kind of try and fly through these quite quickly, but I got some examples for you. So like too much floor or sky in the picture. Like half the picture is driveway. Like they're trying to see the house, like sell the house. So and in the back garden as well, like the back garden, it doesn't need to be like this grey driveway taking up more than a quarter of the picture. We've got another example here, the house off to the side in the background. It's just not great. It's not helpful. You can sell the house a lot better than that. Another is bad weather. So like this one, for example, this was reduced. This is 9 months ago now. Like the listing has been like that for 9 months, taken on a wet, cold, grey, sad day. And the agent has not found any time to go back out for pictures on a nice day. Like if this is you, like go crazy at your agent and ask them to come back out. They don't even have to arrange times with you. They can literally just drive by and get a nice picture on a nice day. It's mental when I see stuff like this. Similar thing for like House in Shadow. Like again, this is reduced 9 months ago. Like I'm recording this in December 24. The house is in shadow. There will be another time of day where this can look nicer. Like it just drives me crazy when I see like this. It's been so, yeah, this one has been like this for over 9 months. The agent, I googled it, They're 4-minute drive away. They can come anytime and get a better picture. And when it's this important and it's one of the biggest financial transactions you ever make, it's crazy that the person you're paying thousands of pounds to doesn't care enough to come and do this, right? Bins or skips or scaffolding at the property. So like wheelie bins, like just move them out the way. The photographer should be doing it if they really care about trying to get good photos for you. The agent should be insisting on it when they see the photos and they're like, why did they leave the bins there? Scaffolding. So this, I spoke with this gentleman and I thought the house was falling down. This had actually been on the market. Let me check my notes here. Yeah, so this had been on the market for 11 months when I spoke with the gentleman. We have, an ugly picture on a wet day. There's a lot of road in it. It makes it feel like it's on a main road. The scaffolding makes it look like the building is falling down. And that's the conversation I thought I was going to have with him. Actually, he got the guttering done 11 months ago, and the agent has not been out for new pictures since then. Like just crazy. This is a £300,000 property. Like it's just crazy. Like, and the point I'm trying to get across, your agent is not always looking out for you. They are not thinking, how can I do the best job for this person and give them the best chance of selling quickly and for a good price? You've got to look out for yourself with it and like really kind of pay attention to this stuff because they're just too busy and it's not in their interest to do it for you. The other thing I'll just say on this, and this just speaks to, I said about photos can be a sign of other issues as well. This agent valued the property at 450,000. So the 11 or 12 months he'd been on the market, he was gradually reducing the price. He's dropped it by over 150 grand. Like, it's crazy the type of stuff that happens. And I'm not showing this because it's this freakish thing that like I've never seen before. This is like the normal stuff that happens. So have a look at yourself, see if it's happening. Let me give you some more examples. Dark and dingy. Look at all three of these pictures. You can come back and get a picture at a nicer time where the house doesn't look dark and dingy. Same inside here. The curtains aren't all the way open. The light's not on. The photographer can do stuff to make the room look brighter. The other thing about this, they've done the classic thing. This is such a telltale of like bad photos when the photographer just aims the camera at the far corner of the room, like at the bottom corner of the far side of the room. That's what they've done here. Here's another example. They just go in and like point the camera down and just take the pictures while you get loads of kind of floor space and not actually feeling kind of the dimensions of the room. Here's another example that's just terrible. This is someone selling a 700 grand property, and this is how that it's crazy. It happens all the time. Another really simple one, like basic things like shut the toilet lid. Like why would the photographer not do that to take a nice picture of the bathroom? Just like so lazy. And so I blurred out all the photos to try and protect the guilty, and just this, by the way, this property had been on the market for 10 months. I'm pretty sure that this might be a note from, I think it was their last property. Sorry, it was one of the older ones. But one other thing I'd like to show you. Okay, we've gone through loads of bad photos. Let's just compare like for like, right? So here's a picture I came across of an agent, and like it's not the most appealing, is it? The tree kind of makes the place look a bit cold and sad. We've got all this moss on the roof. I'm like thinking it's kind of just looks wet and cold and like not very appealing to really live here. Here's the same house. Feels like a show home. Like to drive, I'm literally picturing driving into that driveway and having this like beautiful family home. Like it's the same house. It's important to get this stuff right. And so if you're stuck with the agent, like if you're stuck in contract with your agent and they've got bad photos for you, ask them to get good photos. Like just tell them it isn't good enough. They should care about selling the house. They should want new ones as well. If you are going to a new agent, check their other listings to make sure that their listings look great. So yours is going to as well. And if they're not, well, you can Google a professional property photographer near you. There are loads of them now. Usually cost 200 quid or so, but in my opinion, it is just so worth the money. It is your book cover. Like It's so important. So that was the kind of fix for bad photos. Ignore price versus speed. It's just push your agent to get better photos, or pay for some if you absolutely need to. Now, what about video? While we're kind of on the subject of this, for me personally, because you know, people will think, well, if it's got to be well photographed, I need a good video as well. So I want an agent who's going to do video. I'm not that bothered about video unless it's really well produced, like a kind of you know, I don't know, like a kind of hotel or luxury Airbnb video walkthrough with like a presenter and stuff like that, and a nice jingle. Like, you see agents who do this, and they can be great. Um, I'm not unless it's that. I'm not that bothered about it, because what the just remember what the listing is there to do is entice people. Like, the book cover is just that. Well, that's a bad example. The listing is just there to entice people. Um, what we don't want to do is entice them with nice photos, and then they see that they watch the video on the listing, and so they no longer feel like they need to come and see it. You know what a lot of agents do. Oh, we do video now. It's just some guy walking around with an iPhone, and it's like badly lit, the angle's bad, and it does more harm than good, because people can see it and decide not to come and view. Whereas if they'd have just seen nice photos, you'd have had an extra viewing and been in with a shot of selling it. So I'm personally not too worried about video. I wouldn't bias my choice of agent based on whether they did or didn't do video. And so, genuinely, bad photos are one of the major reasons that properties don't sell or take longer than they should, or sell for less money than they should. So I hope I've kind of sold you on like the importance of it, and how to identify if you have that problem and how to fix it. Really hope you found that useful. If you want to see the full workshop, which covers the other 4 reasons houses don't sell and a few other bits on top of that as well, click the link in the description and I will email that right over to you. Now, for some people struggling to sell, you might see this and think it all makes complete sense. You might just be done with the faff of dealing with estate agents now, and the disappointments and difficulties of the normal process. If that sounds like you, we have a service that could be a really good fit for you. We are more expensive than estate agents, so we're not for everyone, but we're faster, we'll get you a great price, and it's way easier for you as well. So if you're interested, click the other link in the description and I will show you more about how that works. Either way, thanks for watching. See you soon.